Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates. I'm now back in Sweden and thought I would talk a bit more in depth regarding the Death Star DLC and what we know so far about it. There was plenty of more details in the art and post that I didn't cover fully in my Star Wars Celebration video, and I haven't actually seen much coverage of it elsewhere either, and I've spotted some very cool details that you may want to have a look at. First off, let's get the obvious out of the way that I covered in my previous video. The Death Star DLC will have full-on space battles taking place around the Star Destroyers and Death Star as shown in the teaser. But it will also feature Luke's Red 5 X-Wing with R2-D2 in it and Vader's TIE Advanced. We still don't know if these are hero ships or not, but the interesting part is the fact that we can see the Millennium Falcon in the art as well, so maybe we will actually have two hero ships at once in each team, at least for the Rebels. That would be pretty cool. They do mention new vehicles in the Death Star post, so they will be coming for sure. If we move on in the post, they mention multi-stage battles, but we don't get any details at all on what it actually means. However, if we look at the art, it does give us a hint on what it may mean. One image that really caught my interest was this one, among the asteroids. This hints towards a map or possibly a part of this multi-stage battle that will be taking place quite far from the Death Star in an asteroid field or something like that. And maybe when you're done with that part, it will shift over to the battles we can see in the trailer among the Star Destroyers. And finally, of course, we had the trench run. Seeing all this art together makes me think that we will be getting a brand new game mode that will combine these types of gameplay together, which to me sounds perfect, because if we only got Fighter Squadron in space, I would be a bit disappointed. So imagine that you start off in the asteroids, move on to the Star Destroyers, and finally end the game by blowing up the Death Star through a trench run. This is of course pure speculation, but the art definitely tells us that these three types of space combat will be in the game somehow, but we don't know for sure how. Moving on, we have the art from the inside of the Death Star. I don't think that ground battles will be merged into the same game mode as the space battles. That would simply not work with the scale of the Death Star unless they make some sort of transition phase, but we will obviously be able to play on the Death Star, and on this image there's not too much info we can get regarding gameplay, other than the fact that Chewbacca will obviously be in the DLC, and this gun. This looks like a new gun coming to the game in the Death Star DLC, and this is not the leaked guns shown in the livestream for Bespin, but I think those are coming for free, and this is a brand new weapon for this DLC. It was quite tricky to figure out what blaster this is, but shout out to Armor to Make on Twitter for pointing me towards the DP-23 rifle. As you can see, they are very similar, and so far this is my biggest bet and the blaster that looks the most like the one in the art. The DP-23 was actually a shotgun blaster in the original Battlefront 2 game, which is very interesting, and personally I love the CA-87, so if they add another shotgun, that will make me super happy. It does make sense considering how close quarters the Death Star is going to be, and on those types of maps, shotguns work very well. But well, I think that is all the information we can squeeze out from this art and teaser, and I will of course keep you guys up to date if we do get any more details on the DLC. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.